And I have never understood, and I do not understand people on our side who do not believe that, who do not hope that about our country, the direction it was going. We have been validated by virtue of what the American people did yesterday. Now, I have made notes throughout the night as I was watching the various cable networks and their coverage. And I've thought about how do I want to approach this day with you today, because really there's so much to say, and there's so much to share, and so many observations that I want to make. And I thought, okay, well, maybe I could just do my stream of consciousness and share with you note by note as I made them, or maybe try to come up with a more organized presentation of things, or just react as things happen as the program is taking place today. And I figured that regardless the approach that I take, I'm going to get it all said, regardless in what format I design it and present it. It's all going to be said. It may take 3 days or 3 hours here today and a couple hours tomorrow to get it all said, because there's a lot. There's a lot to react to. There are so many teachable moments that have occurred in this entire campaign. And there is so much uplifting and positive about what happened. There is so much that is beautiful and American and Americana that is still worth believing in and still worth promoting and still worth fighting for. And all of this was demonstrated last night. If we want, we can go through the motions and feelings, schadenfreude. We can feel comfort in the misery of others. And by the way, they are everywhere. They're not just on the Democrat side. There's a lot of unhappy people on our side here for a whole host of reasons. There have so many people were wrong. So many experts so wrong about everything they said. So many people were right at the same time. And I do want to try to unpack all of it. And we have some audio sound bites that are going to help me in terms of bouncing off things that others have said. We're going to get your phone calls in on this. I know you're chomping at the bit. That telephone number is 800-282-2882. And if you want to send an email, we check those. It's lrushbo at eibnet.us. I see the stock market's up about 170. I thought that last night we went to bed, they said it was going to plunge 900 on the opening, and Dow futures were down 900. There are some interesting things to ponder. All these people that donated gazillions of dollars to Hillary's foundation and Bill's foundation, buying policy, whatever they thought they were getting by donating to Hillary, what do they do now? Do they want their money back? What are they going to get for it? You realize the angst that there must be. You can see it. You can feel it. The angst, the shock, the disappointment over the entire Democrat Party, the entire left wing, and even some on our side. One of the things I kept hearing last night, you can always learn, folks, the media will always be predictable. The Democrats will always be predictable. When it was finally clear last night that Hillary was going to lose, they began to demonstrate who they really are, started talking about how it's going to be necessary for Trump to approach them. Trump's going to have to reach out to them. Trump's going to have to be inclusive. Trump's going to have to do this. Trump doesn't have to do anything. He probably will. Trump is the winner. Trump won. If Trump wanted to, he could play this the way Obama did. I won. Whatever you want to do. Well, you just got to stop listening to that Rush Limbaugh guy. That's not how things get done in Washington. That's what Obama said 2 weeks into his administration to a bunch of Republican leaders. And then everybody started saying, now, this is not an ideological election. You can always count when the left loses. It's not because of their ideology. And they came through last night. This is not an ideological election. This has nothing. This is an up and down election. This is not left and right. This is people up, people down. This is economics. Wrong, folks. It is always ideological. Big government was told to take a hike last night, just like big government was told to take a hike in the Brexit vote. Last night, yesterday, was a total repudiation of big government. It was a total repudiation of the Obama presidency and every aspect of it. It was a total repudiation of the Democrat Party by people, the people I always describe as those who make this country work, the people who define the character and who define the values of our country were the winners in what happened yesterday. And what has been going on the last 8 years was repudiated and was pushed back against and defeated. It's important to point out, listening to Paul Ryan today, it was a new Paul Ryan. He went out and spoke before Hillary did. I've never seen Paul Ryan this enthusiastic. I've never seen Paul Ryan this optimistic. He was generally optimistic. He was enthused, and he seemed surprised at the same time. Donald Trump heard a voice out in this country that no one else heard. A lot of people heard it. A lot of people are that voice. People didn't have to hear it. We have been shouting it. People who missed the voice didn't think it was there. It's not that they didn't hear it, it's that they didn't think it was there. If there is a lesson for the GOP, this victory has been there all along. You could have had this victory in 2008. We could have had this victory in 2012. But it's obvious and apparent now that many in the Republican Party never thought this was possible. And they really didn't think it was possible with Donald Trump. They really were prepared to be embarrassed and humiliated, losing the House, losing the Senate, and yet look what happens. We hold both, so now we have the House, and now we have the Senate, and now we have the White House, and now we have no excuses. There aren't any excuses anymore. The Republican Party has been given the full reins of this government and this country. And there is a mandate behind it. There's nothing mysterious about this. There's nothing to unpack. There's nothing to try to understand. There's nothing confusing about it. It is dead, straight, simple what the American people voted yesterday and last night. And it is a full repudiation of Obamacare. It's a full repudiation of Obama economics. It's a full repudiation of our culture and the way the Democrats go about dealing with people.